everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. This podcast is not over, but Matt, it's time to take the high ground, and it's time for another banger episode. Daddy One Kenobi. I cannot wait. I'm literally at the edge of my seat waiting for this release, and the release of the podcast today is the first two episodes of Kenobi, or Obi-Wan Kenobi as it may be, but we'll see how that is later on. But let's ask my dear friend Matt, how are you today? How are things?
Things are good. I have a bit of a conundrum when it comes to Obi-Wan. If you want me to save that, I can.
Obi-Wan. I mean, I guess you can say it now, unless it's something that you're discussing later on today.
No, I wasn't planning on it. No.
Okay, go for it.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi's not the only thing coming out today.
Oh yeah, it's Stranger Things too.
Stranger Things, and that is like my favorite show of all time, at least on Netflix. Very conflicted. I also had a freak attack because as of yesterday, I thought the final season of Peaky Blinders also came out today. Oh. That's not till June 10th, so I still have some time on that. But I have a homestaying this weekend. I got a lot of work. And the first 7 episodes of Stranger Things are out, and the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan. I don't know what to do. How do they allow this? How does Netflix allow this? How does Disney allow this? It's just terrible planning on everyone's part because it makes my life that much more miserable.
First world problems. If I were you, as much as I love Obi-Wan, I think you need to watch Stranger Things. Because I feel like you're a little more connected to Stranger Things as far as like social media. Like all my stuff lately has been Star Wars and Avengers. And I think your probably content more gears towards like things you may like. And it's Stranger Things post. I think you need to watch Stranger Things first in order for you to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. And I'll probably be at April's a little bit this weekend. She's not a big Stranger Things fan. I already told her, listen, we can lay next to each other. But I will be watching Stranger Things this weekend. So that's where I did land on. I'm just going to want to know what's happening in Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of stuck because then July 1st, I believe, Stranger Things, the last 2 episodes are being released. I don't know if you saw this. So there's 9 episodes in total. Okay. Episode 7, I believe, is an hour and 40 minutes long.
Okay. Episode
8, I believe, is an hour 20.
Okay.
Episode 9 is 2.5 hours long.
Wow, that's like an Avengers movie.
That is like a movie. So I feel like that when those 2 episodes get released, 8 and 9, I think I have to have it finished by then. So yes, I think I am going to put Obi-Wan on the back burner for now. Because then come June 10th, I got Peaky Blinders. Then all of the Peaky Blinders.
And then even in between that, Matt, on July 8th, Thor: Love and Thunder comes out.
True. Yeah. I've never seen any of the Thor movies.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard they're good.
Especially now with Taika Waititi as the director now. He plays he actually voices Korg in a movie. So yeah, with April, I feel like you kind of got stuck between a rock and a hard place because you're just introducing her to Star Wars. And she doesn't like Stranger Things. Yeah. So you really don't have like I could imagine if she had one that she liked, she'd be like, oh, yeah, let's watch that one. And you'd be so set. But because you're in a little bit of a conundrum, as you said. Yeah.
There's a funny quick story. So this was probably a couple months ago, 2-3 months ago. She had a really bad like migraine. So I was just like chilling.
Being sick of you?
Right. Probably. Probably something I said. So I was just being nice and just like laying in bed next to her. Like she was asleep for what I thought. So I turned on the latest episode of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
And she said she woke up and heard these noises, but like was too like out of it to like open her eyes and look at the TV. She was like, I don't know what the hell you were watching, but that was terrifying. Don't ever watch that again. It was like it was Star Wars.
Was it?
Like, oh, okay.
Was it the soundtrack? Because, you know.
No, it was mostly like the noises some of the characters were making. Yeah. So we do have to get back on the Star Wars train though. We never watched the 4, 5, and 6. So we got to get back on track.
Well, you got to get back on track before Obi-Wan. And that actually, that works out well for you.
It does.
I think, depending on how quickly you watch the rest of the prequels.
We'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
Yeah.
Or cross that bridge when we get to it. My brain is fried.
You okay there, Matt?
Sure.
Let's say you start a podcast, or you're running your own side hustle and have a bunch of links that you want your audience to know about. As a podcast, Matt and I have all of our social media, all of our podcast links, and other important things. Make it easier for your followers to find your important links, social media, and latest content by having it all in one page with Solo.to. I'll be honest, I have used similar websites like this, but nothing compares to Solo.to. All of your links are clean and easy to navigate. Have an upcoming video? It's really easy to make those changes. Plus, Solo.to has opportunities to upgrade to include more customization, advanced analytics, and so much more. Solo.to is giving us a special opportunity for you to get 10% off if you create an account and upgrade. Be sure to go to solo.to/funnybusiness to create your account today.
All right, Matt. Well, I thought last week we did what's the word? This week I'm going to quiz you, but it's not a game. I'm a big fan of watching a little Stephen Colbert before I go off to work, have a little breakfast, a little brekkie, a little Colbert. Breakfast. So one of the things that Stephen does with his hosts, and this is actually a pre-recorded segment when it is a live show. So he'll actually have a guest that he had on in the past, actually a part of the show that's like later on in the week. So I saw it's called the Colbert Questionnaire. Shaquille O'Neal was the guest that was responding to these questions. Very interesting. Highly recommend you go seeing it after you listen to the podcast or when you're done driving. So I'm going to ask you, there's 15 questions. And these are the most random of questions. I don't think we've ever addressed these questions before on the podcast. So I'm kind of curious to know, Matt. I mean, I'll pitch in to answer too, but everyone's going to know you a little bit better, as Stephen Colbert would say to his guests. So, Matt, are you ready?
So is there right or wrong answers to this?
There's no right or wrong answer. This is you.
Just a regular questionnaire.
This is an icebreaker, man.
Ooh, love him.
I love him.
Orientation.
Hell yeah, man.
If you can hear me clap once, if you can hear me clap twice.
Matt is pointing out a little thing I did to get everybody's attention as a coordinator. So it worked.
Yeah, it did. Listen, it worked every time.
I got shit on really hard during one of the not icebreakers, but the skits that were happening. We did some team building activities and somebody imitated me. So shout out, Mitch. All right, Matt. First question.
Yeah.
What is the best sandwich?
That's tough.
See?
Oh wow, that's tough. That's a tough one. Best sandwich. Well, do cheesesteaks count as a sandwich?
That's
or is that a sub or a hoagie? Do you call it sub or hoagie?
Matt, the question: what is the best sandwich?
Well, I want to know. Are we counting cheesesteak as a sandwich?
You're responding with another question. That's not how it works.
Are we classifying cheesesteaks as a sandwich?
I will say no.
Okay.
I'm thinking like bread horizontally, not vertically.
Okay. Grilled cheese.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Do you want to add a little bit more to that? Buffalo chicken grilled cheese.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
When I eat a grilled cheese, I just want a grilled cheese.
Plain Jane?
Like, just plain Jane. I've had like ham and cheeses, like hot ham and cheese are fine.
Yeah.
They don't really do it for me. Just give me regular grilled cheese.
Actually, best sandwich for me is a honey hammer. Pretzel bun.
It's a good one.
Ham, cheese, Dijon. It's amazing. So
yeah,
all right, grilled
bad.
cheese.
Good choice.
Grilled cheese,
good choice.
best sandwich.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Matt, what is the one thing you own that you should really throw out? As he looks around his room.
That's a tough one. I don't know off the top of my head. Probably just like old like board games that we've either had in like elementary school that like I'm never gonna touch again.
Okay.
Just because like they're so outdated.
Okay. I used to be a box hoarder, and that's starting to come back again, which I'm I'm a little depressed about. I mean, it's
Like-
not like
What do you mean? Like you get an Amazon box and you just keep it?
no. So like I get like an Apple iPad case, like an Apple iPod box, like those things, like those are really nice. Like, but it's not. It wasn't as bad as it was beforehand. But I'm starting to see a few, so I think it's gonna be trash day soon. So
hey, it happens.
yes, Matt, what's the scariest animal?
That's also a tough one. Scariest animal, I would say, would be April's cat. No, I'm just kidding. Probably a tiger or a lion. I'll go lion. Just because I feel like if you're ever face to face with a lion, you're probably dead.
I was gonna say like a mountain lion.
Yeah, that's I think that's it, because like if you encounter one in person, you're gonna shit your pants no matter what.
And there's really nothing you can do too, because they're just aggressive. Period. Like it's not like a bear where you can slowly walk back. Like this lion's coming at you.
Oh yeah, coming at you hard.
Matt, apples or oranges?
Apples.
Yeah, apples.
I like oranges. They're just kind of a pain in the ass to eat.
You get all sticky and just
you got to peel it, and it's not great.
Did you know I zested lemons for the first time this
Oh
past
no,
weekend?
how'd that go?
I didn't know you could zest a lemon.
You never heard of lemon zest?
But like, I thought it was like blended, like it's literally the skin of the lemon. Like obviously for those who know, but like to me, I thought it was like a combination of like the inside of the lemon and all that, but strictly it's just the peel of the lemon. I did not know that.
What did you make that you zested?
It was, we made barbecue chicken zucchini boats with a like kind of like potatoes with Dijon, lemon zest, ground stone mustard. But yeah, that was dinner this past, and will be leftovers after we're done with this podcast.
There we go.
Matt, have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Yes. I got some minor league baseball players' autograph once.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was at the time. And then when I was really younger, we used to watch NASCAR and go to like Pocono qualifying.
Yeah.
I walked right up to, we were in the parking lot, like walking to our car, and driver's name was Robbie Gordon.
Okay.
He was just like chilling in the parking lot. I walked right up to him, and I had the Yankee tank top on. He just signed the tank top.
Do you still have that tank top?
I don't
Did you
think
wash
so.
the tank top?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what happened to the tank top.
Oh, okay. The missing tank top.
That's a good question. I
have given autographs before.
I actually have too.
Yeah. Wait, you have?
Yeah. What'd you give yours for?
The Globetrotters.
Oh, yeah. Duh. No, one time baseball camp in 2019, a youth baseball camp that I worked, one of the kids wanted me to sign their ball. Like we had the players do autographs, and they kept me. He's like, "You sign this?" I'm like, "Buddy, I'm not a player." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I just want you to sign it." I was like, "All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no." So signed my first autograph.
I've been like meaning to like redo my signature, and that is like very challenging.
It is. My signature has gotten progressively worse. Like I used to have a nice signature. I would take my time. I don't care. I just scribble. Yeah, it's bad.
And it's hard for us because the M in cursive for us just literally leads to the rest of it.
Yes.
Like you're always, when you start with that M, you always go in that downward motion, and you're like trying to like figure out the other letters that way. So,
and then what gets me is the double M in my last name.
Oh yeah.
Looks awful. It looks so bad. I don't recommend.
Oh man. Matt, what do you think happens when we die?
We hopefully go to heaven.
Okay.
Maybe spend some time in purgatory, if you believe in purgatory.
Okay. I hope for that as well.
Yeah.
The heaven part.
Right.
Okay. Favorite action movie?
Transformers.
Really?
I love the Transformers film.
You love Michael Bay?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I did not know that about you.
The first 2 Transformer movies were good. Number 3 got a little weird. But yeah, no, the first Transformers movie I absolutely loved.
I guess I got to go with Avengers. Probably Age of Ultron.
That just came on the TV. I was watching the first hour of it last night, I think it was. Not bad.
You watched, yeah. You definitely got to the middle point before the sad point of like Endgame and whatnot. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you got their prime, well, somewhat of their prime. Matt, window or aisle seat?
I could take either or, but I'm gonna pick a window seat.
Okay.
Just to get a little extra view. But I don't mind the aisle seat. I'll sit wherever.
I chose aisle seats for my trip.
Yeah.
Both times.
You don't feel like looking out the window?
No.
Does it like freak you out, or you just don't like looking out the window? Like,
it's a 5-hour flight. And what if I have to go to the bathroom? I don't want to be that jerk.
It's a great point.
Dude, I don't want to be that jerk. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Yep.
Like,
that's a really good point. I didn't think of that.
I would rather be the person who is the one who is being excused. And even that, I can get up if, the seatbelt thing isn't on, but I can get up and let the person out.
Yep. Then you look like a nice guy.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's what I'm here for.
Good thoughts.
Matt, your favorite smell?
Favorite smell? Nothing from Bath and Body Works. I'm gonna say like, no. Wow. I'm so glad I remember this. There is a bakery near my hometown. It's called Egypt Star Bakery. There's 2 locations. There's this one specific one we go to. You just walk in, it just smells like heaven. It's just baked goods and bread and sugar, spice, and everything nice. It is. I'll just go in there and just stand there for like 2 minutes, just like breathing. I probably gain weight just breathing everything that just baked in that bakery, and it's totally worth it. It is the best smell on this planet, hands down.
I had one in mind, but then I actually switched over. I like this perfume that I gave Jenna. It's Dolce and Gabbana. And I actually spent like time at the place that I got it. And I was like trying all the scents. Like I was literally spraying them on paper, smelling them, spray, smell. And once I got to that one, I was like, I know it. And then now when she wears it on occasion, like it's nice. So, Shaq said farts is his favorite smell.
I think that's just Shaq being Shaq.
That's very Shaq being Shaq.
I hope
so. So, Matt, we talked about our favorite smell. What's the least favorite smell?
Skunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you got to bathe yourself with tomato juice, and that's never fun.
I don't know if we talked about it. Have you ever gotten sprayed by a skunk?
No, but my dog did when I was pretty young. Yeah. That was a tough one.
That's gross.
Yeah, very.
I tend to not do well. What do I not tend to do well with? Actually, another favorite smell, Sharpie pens.
So, wait. Yeah. Why are you sniffing Sharpie pens, Mike?
Least favorite smell.
And the next question.
Trash is starting to bother me.
Like that's been sitting there for days.
Yeah.
When your landlord doesn't give you a garbage can. Yeah. That's true. That catches up to you. It catches up to you.
Oh my God. Matt, what is the most used app on your phone?
Probably Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to check mine right now.
Yeah, I'm going to check mine as well. Now, do you count iMessage? No, I don't think I text that much.
Yeah, I mean, I technically... Oh, well.
How do you check this?
So go to settings. Everybody, if you want to check your most used app, go to settings, screen time. And then it says all devices. You want to go to see all activity.
I can't find screen time.
Oh, well, if you can't go in your settings, just go at the very top. There's a search bar. Go to screen time.
Never knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
Then what do I hit?
You're on screen time, and then it says see all activity. And then you obviously want to go back because you have this week. You want to go back last week. My most used app is TikTok.
My most used one is iMessage.
Where's TikTok for you?
I'm on this week. My bad.
Yeah, go back to last.
Actually, last week it was Spotify.
Really?
Followed by Twitter and TikTok.
Interesting.
Week before that was Twitter. Yeah, it's a lot of Twitter.
Mine's TikTok, Facebook, and messages last week.
Good old Elon Musk is going to get my money.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah. Dogs.
Yep.
You only get to listen to one song for the rest of your life. What is it?
So this is tough.
I'm assuming it's Taylor Swift.
It's going to be Taylor Swift. I don't think I'm gonna go with You Belong With Me.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Love Story.
All right.
Yeah. Just puts me in a good mood. I mean, every Taylor Swift song puts me in a good mood. Yeah. Love Story.
I want to do Jack Harlow's First Class.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Thank you. I would have punched you right through this screen.
All Star by Smash Mouth.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Great choice. We actually watched the end of Shrek on Saturday, I think it was. It was on TV.
It was all ogre now?
You know what?
What did April think? Did she ever watch Shrek? Did you ever watch Shrek?
Did you just ask if we ever watched Shrek?
Yeah.
Of course we did.
Okay, good. Some people haven't. You haven't watched a lot of movies.
I've watched Shrek.
You didn't watch The Interview until I shared it with you.
A lot of people haven't seen The Interview.
Now,
if you would have said Cars, I would have been like, yeah, you got me on that one.
Matt, what number am I thinking of?
69.
Close. 74.
That's a good one. We've been quoting that a lot recently.
74.
No, it's the first part. It's like, oh no, Patrick. I'm no better than everyone else, no matter how many stars I may have.
All right, Matt. This is the last question, but I believe would be the hardest question. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words. And if we have to trial it, we can.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Happy.
Okay. You're at 1. Great job.
Yep. Peaceful.
Okay.
Love.
Is blind?
No. Love. And then family and friends. That's not really a sentence. I don't know if that's what I was supposed to go for. You just said 5 words. Friends. You didn't say family, friends. Oh. Family, friends. I didn't know if that had to be a sentence. I probably should have asked that beforehand. But that's my sentence okay.
There. Growth, personally, professionally. Yeah. Family, friends.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, that's all my questions, man. What'd you think?
I liked it.
I learned a lot about you.
I like the randomness. It's perfect.
It really is random. And it's interesting because the consistency is pretty... Yeah, the consistency is pretty consistent. The questions are pretty consistent to every guest.
Mm-hmm.
So you tend to see some frequencies or anything like that.
That makes it cool, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, there's a questions like when celebrities get asked, they really don't get asked.
No.
So it's nice for that. So, but yeah, that was the Gambita questionnaire, or inspired by the Colbert Questionnaire. That sounds a little bit better. So, yeah, those are my questions. Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh, man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
I got some questions if you want to keep rolling on.
Wait, you have questions?
I do have questions.
First, how dare you? No.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
How dare you?
Great. That is Kelly Kapoor's best quote on the show. Hands
The
down.
Office.
Yes, on The Office. Let's get into a little would you rather. So I don't really have a set number of these picked. I just have a website up.
Woohoo!
And we're gonna roll with it. So, Mike, would you rather always have a mullet or a ponytail?
I'd go with the mullet.
Yeah, I think mullet hands down.
Because then I could be able to wear those like cool like visor
The
glasses.
pit vipers.
Yeah.
I hate those things.
But with a mullet, I think you'd look better.
I think they play a lot better with the mullet. Yeah, I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to have a mullet just because you got the flow. Yeah, mullet hands down. Ponytails, no.
And then you could wear jorts too.
You could wear jorts. I don't think I would. But
And a flannel.
Yeah, flannel and a mullet definitely plays well.
Hats.
See, I'd rather not wear a hat with mullet.
Okay.
Just let the hair flow.
Let it
all
flow,
out.
Joe.
Mike, would you rather always have bad gas or always have really dry mouth?
Dry mouth?
I think I would too. Just because one, bad gas, you know who wants bad gas.
I was going to say, you
Also-
already have bad gas.
It gives you a really good reason to just drink a lot of water, which is good. And everyone always says they want to drink more water. So if you got dry mouth all the time, not kill two birds with a stone, but you get to drink a lot more water.
More bang for your buck.
Just quick sidebar.
Go for it.
Speaking of killing two birds with one stone.
You actually killed two birds with one stone?
No, I did kill a squirrel with my car though.
That's okay.
I was driving and it was in the middle of the road. I'm like, all right, it's going to stay right there. As I'm about to drive over, it starts to move dead on impact. It was a sound I will never forget. And I didn't want to keep driving. I just wanted to pull over and just see if I
Pay
could
your
help.
respects.
Yeah, kind of. So that was that was the first animal I ever ran over.
I'm sorry.
Did you ever run over an animal?
A deer has ran into my car.
Okay.
I've hit a squirrel. I've hit a seagull.
All right, so don't ever get in the car with Mike. He's going out here.
I think I shared it when Jenna and her sister and her boyfriend went to Chincoteague, and there was literally a seagull that flew right in front of my car. And he even slowed down.
Yeah,
we murdered a bird.
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Damn, RIP. Would you rather be forced to dance all day, every day, until you get a perfect score on Dancing with the Stars, or be forced to eat mashed potatoes until you get a perfect score on Beat the Chefs?
I want to eat that mashed potatoes, man.
See, I don't love mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I think I would go with the dancing. Also, just because you get to become a really good dancer.
Or just you're still grabbing for fame, and Dancing with the Stars is your last resort.
Just think how much better of a dancer you'll be at your wedding.
But does anybody really judge your dancing at your wedding?
No, but it can make for some cool photos and videos.
Yeah. Cool photos.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think we ever did this one before. We may have.
Hey,
Who
man.
knows? Who's going to fact check us? Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or toothpaste for the rest of your life?
We have not. Hmm.
This is a really tough one.
I hate asking these questions because it's just a would you rather, but like, is there going to be supplements? So like, if you don't have shampoo, like, is there a supplement for showering? If you don't have toothpaste, is there a supplement for for brushing your teeth? Like,
Yeah. I think so. I think it's just you don't use traditional shampoo or you don't use traditional toothpaste.
then I'll not use toothpaste.
I think I'm not going to use the shampoo.
Ooh.
What else are you going to use other than toothpaste? Like you can use water, I guess, but like that just like rinse your mouth, but that doesn't get the plaque off the teeth.
Or you could be like, what's his name on Love Is Blind and make his own natural toothpaste and shampoo.
You could. His name was Nick? True. I think so.
I guess.
I forget all of season 2's people.
Besides Shake.
What a jackass.
And Shane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you watch The Ultimatum yet?
I refuse. Actually, we were scrolling on Netflix to look at something to watch, and it came on. I was like, I'm specifically not going to watch it for that reason.
But April crossed it over. She's like, can we watch this?
No, it was more so I was scrolling, and I was like, hey, look, The Ultimatum. Click. Would you rather lose the ability to cry or cry every day for 20 minutes at any random point in time?
Never cry.
Really?
Yeah.
Opposite. I'm going, give me a random 20 minutes. I'll just cry.
Frickin' baby.
I just sometimes you need a good cry.
Yeah.
You know, but happy, sad, whatever. Like I wouldn't want to not like cry at my future wedding.
You don't want to cry at your future wedding?
No, I wouldn't want to not cry.
Not cry.
Like I feel like I would want to cry, like as I see my bride walk down the aisle, or like what
photos or videos don't look good. Like when, like it captures the emotion, but then you have those photos for the rest of your life that you were just a big bad baby.
No, I see. I'd rather have the real emotion. But you're not going to cry when your firstborn kid comes out. I feel like that's a good cry moment.
Yeah. But,
yeah, I feel like there's times you want to cry.
Yeah, but you get a random 20 minutes, so you could be angry at somebody and you could be crying. You could be at work during a meeting and you could be crying. I can't afford that random.
But it doesn't have to be a hysterical cry. You can just eyes tear up and tears fall down your face. No,
I can't afford that randomness.
So you're going to be the guy that's not crying at your like grandfather's funeral. Everyone's going to look at this jackass.
I am a man.
Yeah, I forgot I had to pick another word. Rather,
these are your segments.
I was just looking at my phone, like waiting for you to say something else. And yeah.
So you realize we tossed it over to you now for your segment.
I've caught up now. Would you rather take care of Beast from Beauty and the Beast for the rest of your life, or have Gaston as your boyfriend?
Oh man. Like take care? Like is Beast sick or like?
I think you're just a caretaker, and I'm going to take Beast.
I'm going to take Beast.
Yeah, just because Gaston's a douche. Yeah. Would you rather wear a constantly changing outfit or a constantly changing hairstyle?
I think outfit would be fun.
I kind of think so too. It's just kind of like you never know what you're going to get.
I mean, hairstyle would be fun too, but I think outfit, like you go to these parties, it's like, look, there's the man that his outfit changes every second, like, or every minute, I should say.
I got a haircut last week.
Yep. We literally scheduled the recording for you to have your haircut.
Yes.
After.
Yep. I've had like 2 people at work say like, did you do something different? I'm like, no. They're like, oh my gosh, like with your mask and like your haircut, I didn't even recognize you. I was like, well, what? It threw me off.
What you're looking at there, pal?
Really, really threw me off. Would you rather eat foods that have never been cooked or only eat cooked foods?
Cooked foods.
Yeah.
Probably the most logical response.
Right, because it just kills off anything bad.
Raw chicken.
Right. Yeah, you can't eat meat. Would you rather have a pet tiger or a pet lion?
Lion.
I'm gonna say tiger, only because I feel like you could tame a tiger a little better. And I think Mike Tyson had a lion or a tiger, and what's that movie?
The Hangover?
The Hangover. Yep, there it is.
You watched that movie? No.
I have seen The Hangover.
Have you ever seen the third one?
I don't think I've seen the second one.
Oh, you need to see the second. Second one's funny.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather live in a country with a low cost of living but horrible weather, or live in a country with a high cost of living and amazing weather?
I'd take define. Well, I know we can't define, but define bad weather. Like, is it tornadoes, earthquakes?
It just says horrible weather.
Hurricanes.
I would take the high cost of living and amazing weather just because. So yes, it's a high cost of living. However, that probably means it also pays more because they know it's in a high cost of living area, and you get the good weather. Like I'm someone with like when it's weather's nice out, I just want to like be outside, and when it's miserable out, like I just don't want to do anything. So what's the point of having all that money if you're just going to sit inside because it's rainy all the time? Or you spend a little bit more money, you get to enjoy being outside.
I would still choose low cost of living, horrible weather.
Any particular reason?
Just low cost of living.
Okay, that's fair. Would you rather date your best friend or someone you don't know?
Well, that's kind of interesting because don't the person you date becomes your best friend?
True.
I mean,
I think it's more so like you start dating your best friend or you start dating someone you don't know.
I mean, like obviously I'm putting it to real world experience, but like
right.
I knew Jenna, but I didn't know Jenna well enough. So I guess she technically was a stranger compared to like a best friend where like, you know, Matt, if we started dating, even though if we aren't secretly, but
before I keep checking, let me make sure I have socks on. Okay, I do.
I was like, what? I just feel like there's less adventure if you're with if you date your best friend because you've been on adventures with your best friend.
Also, if it doesn't work out, you just lost a friend. Yeah. You lost your best friend. April and I were kind of strangers when we met, like complete strangers. So dating someone you don't know isn't always a bad thing. It's uncertainty, but when you get to meet a new person and learn to love them, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll do one more.
Okay.
Let me find a really good one. Well, we don't shave our legs, so that question's relevant.
What do you mean, Matt? No, I'm just kidding.
This is a great one.
All right.
Shout out Johnny Depp. Would you rather have a hook for a hand or a peg for a leg?
Peg for leg.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, what was it? Literally, like, Jenna's sister Margot and I were talking about it. Like, if you, as like photographers or videographers or just anybody, like, if you had to cut off a body part, what would it be? And it was hard to like think about it because, okay, you cut off a hand. Okay, then you're limited with like cameras. Like you can only shoot with one hand. You can only, move things with one hand. Then it's a leg. Okay, then you're mobile. You're a little incapable of moving a little bit because you lost a leg. Okay, maybe an eye. Okay, which eye is it? Because then you're not seeing well. It's tough. Like that's why I can't do anything super strenuous or else my whole career is going to go down the poop hole.
Can I just say I'll cut off my pinky? Like a finger?
See, but you could use like There's uses for that.
I think that, but if you just cut off a single finger, like your single pinky, like if I lose the pinky in my right hand, it'd be weird. I feel like you could adjust pretty easy.
Okay.
I think-
okay. I could see
right?
I could see the reality of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think a leg, just because you could still walk a little bit. If you had a hook for a hand, that's just useless.
Yeah.
Unless you're eating like fruit and just like poke it.
Unless you're catching fish from the sea.
That works too. That is Would You Rather. Let's end the show with one more segment. We have Say What? Mike, I will let you go first, my good friend.
All right, my first one. This is real alternate, right? I keep asking these things.
Yeah, we'll each
All right,
get
one at a time.
Yeah.
So I just saw this before I came on to recording. Matt, you've been to New York City, right?
Multiple times.
Yeah. This is just something safe space to talk about.
Yep. This is what the segment's all about.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the clarification.
You're welcome.
The last public payphone in New York City was removed today.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. It was unplugged on 7th Avenue and West 50th Street in Midtown Manhattan. And I don't know how, like payphones, yeah, they are becoming obsolete, but they were becoming, I don't want to say landmarks. I mean, you look at London, the London booths with the red and the glass case of emotion. Like there's so much, I don't want to say history, but just architecture to it that, like, yes, I've seen the phone booths, the pay phones in New York City, and they're trash magnets. Like people put their trash on it. They toss stuff over it. I've never used a payphone in my life. But like, it's kind of a staple. And now they're converting them into Wi-Fi hotspots. Like I've seen some convert to Wi-Fi hotspots. And I remember yeah, fun fact, before going to college, I was a game show host at a resort. And one of the fun facts was New York City's plan was to change all the payphones to Wi-Fi hotspots, true or false. Like everybody had to pick a side, true or false. And yeah, like it's just weird that, I mean, that was 2014 and now it's 2022 and now all the payphones are gone. So.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, but like you said, they're like a garbage hotspot themselves.
Yeah. Just put your garbage in the trash. It's not that hard.
Yeah, no, it's really not. All right, so my first one. Have you noticed anything weird with Instagram lately?
Yes, I've been meaning to talk about that. They changed the color.
Oh, well, okay. So yeah, they did change the Instagram color. It's a lot brighter.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. That wasn't what I was referencing, but yeah, no, I did notice that like last week. I was like, oh, like that's really bright. Is that new? And then I have noticed it. What I've noticed, and I don't know if this is just what people are doing or if there was like an update. Every Instagram story is up for like 3 seconds. Like a lot of Instagram stories, not everybody. I'd say at least 90% in the past like 5 days have been 3 seconds or less. And they're gone like that. If you're going to post an Instagram story, you got to keep it up for at least like 6 seconds so that if I'm interested in watching it, I don't have to like scroll back to find it.
But what's interesting is, okay, now I saw one, like as I was just going through, like I seen one go fast. But let me see here. Can you?
And it's been happening to like everybody. Not everybody. It's been happening to me a lot.
Yeah, you don't have the option to change the time, like how long it's.
There's another one. You don't have the option at all.
Like the option to like time it, like the timing of your story. Like you know on like Snapchat, like you have it for unlimited, or you can have it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
you don't have that on Instagram stories.
Interesting. There must be a new update then.
Could be some things. They're working with a new video format now, dimensions. and it's gotten weird. But
Interesting.
I will say, I will give Instagram credit. They're finally doing a lot of things accessible wise. Like they're finally adding captions to Instagram Reels. They're being able to put alt text like to you again. It's not automatic alt text. So there's a lot of good things that the changes are. I have yet to read it, but like they literally had like a whole article, like Instagram itself had a whole article on the changes to accessibility, improving accessibility. And I think that's very important. So
I agree. That's awesome. Yeah. So I just need longer Instagram stories because I don't look at all of them, but
For
the ones
sure.
I do, yes, I would just like to be able to actually see it.
But Matt, I have to ask, like when you're going through, do you let the story run or do you tap?
I tap. It's just sometimes like if people put a lot of stuff on and I'm trying to like read the whole thing, I don't have enough time.
Okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to say something about Instagram changing its color because I noticed it with the stories first, like the story circle. I'm like, I was like, my eyes. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, yep, they changed the color.
I kind of like it.
I do too. It brings. I mean, it's a little brighter, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like obviously, like with my row of apps, like it just added a little more brightness to that one.
Yeah.
So, because you know, you got Facebook and Twitter, both are very blue, and then Snapchat is yellow. LinkedIn's blue again. Yep. So it's just nice to add a little spice of life, you know?
I totally agree.
So, all right. And then my last one. So we've been blessed this year at work. We started summer hours. So usually I work 8:30 to 4:30 in particular times of the year from August to May, second week of May. And then from that is summer hours right now, 8:30 to 4. Now you may think to yourself that half hour is not a lot. It really is. Like,
absolutely it is.
I don't care about it as much. But you know, it's allowed me to now go to the gym. It's allowed me to come home earlier. It allows me to cook if I have to, if I haven't meal prepped this week. Like it gives me that extra half hour. So today at work, I'm like sitting there and I'm going through and you know, I have a meeting at 3:30 and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have the meeting at 3:30. Took a half hour. Then I'm like following up with an email, writing it out. And like, I'm just like going. My boss is still on the opposite side of the hallway. It's 4:29. I look up. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't need to be here anymore. I was like, why are we still here? And of course, my boss's response goes, because we're crazy. I'm like, I didn't even realize that it was 4:30. Like you just get that natural body clock in working. And yeah, no offense to you with your whack schedule that you have, but
it's crazy.
So yeah, I like looked up at my iMac clock and I'm like, wait a minute, why are we still here? Both of us. And it was funny because I walked into my boss's office and the person who works next door, I call her my neighbor, the office next to me, they're like, have a good night, guys. I'm like, bye. Didn't even think it was 4 o'clock.
That's funny. Yeah, I never like rush. I'm not like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and go. But once it's like 4:45, I'll be like, all right, I'm not gonna start like something that's gonna take me a long time. Like I usually try to get out when I'm supposed to, but sometimes you just get caught up in work and it happens.
Yeah, but it's so funny. I'm like, what?
That is crazy.
What?
Okay. So my last one. So this past weekend, I took April golfing for the first time.
And we saw all cute little outfits.
We did look good. I'm not gonna lie about that. She did pretty good for her first. It was the first time. Like we were gonna go to driving range a few weeks ago, never happened. So this was literally the first time she really swung a golf club, and she did not bad for being her first time to swing golf club. What my say what is about is I had a lot of like people, mostly guys, like telling me I was crazy for taking her golfing. Because that's like, why would you want to golf with your significant other? to which point I would say, why would you want to have activities that you specifically do like without your significant other? Not saying that like you have to do everything together. However, I enjoy golfing. If she also enjoys golfing, why wouldn't we golf together? Like, I feel like you shouldn't have to seek out activities to do without them. Now, alone time is important, and it's important to do things with friends and not spend 24/7 with each other. But she wanted to see if she liked golfing, which she had she enjoyed it. She said she'd do it again. So if we both enjoy it, I'm gonna keep golfing because we both enjoy it.
Did these people that were, I don't want to say trash talking, but they were disagreeing with you, do they have significant others?
They do.
Are they married?
Some, yes. Yeah.
Matt, I have a fun question for you.
Go for it.
When was the last time you had a full day without April? And that includes seeing her.
It like includes seeing her?
Like passing by, or like you've not physically have seen her.
Last week.
Oh, really?
During the work week.
Oh, you're working.
Yeah. I had work during the day, and then we usually see each other like if I'll go over late at night, or so not late at night, but after work I'll go eat dinner and go over, or she'll come over. We see each other often.
Yeah.
But we spend days. There's days that we don't see each other. We'll FaceTime, but in person.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I agree to your statement to that extent of like, if she wants to go, like, go. Mm-hmm. Like, she's willingly wanting to go with you. Like, it's kind of same with me with the gym. Like, I want to go to the gym now when Jenna goes to the gym. But I also believe there needs to be alone time with like things that you do. So like, for instance, like, obviously we have this podcast. Like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of work for us, but it's fun. Like, we don't have significant others with us. I still play video games. Like, that's something that my girlfriend doesn't need to be a part of. I think it just allows you to have that balance, because eventually when you move in, you're going to see them the whole time together.
So my question for you is, if Jenna came to you and said, I want to play Rocket League with you, would you say yes?
Yeah.
Right. So that's my thing. Like, people are telling me like, oh, like, even if she wanted to go, like, I wouldn't take like my girlfriend golfing because like that's my time. I mean, that's where like I think is weird. Like, if they want to try it and they're making an effort to say, hey, I think I would like this, let's try it, and you say no, that's what I think is weird.
I mean, there's no way in hell that she ever want to play Rocket League,
right?
But, I have actually offered her to like watch, because she obviously works with kids, and there's kids that talk about Fortnite and play video games that her first graders, second graders. It's fine.
Right. That's beside the point.
Yeah, whatever. What did the kids say? So I'm playing video games. My pizza pockets are in the oven. I got a new girlfriend. Life is great. Like, I forget. It's on TikTok. It's so
that was a great video.
Like, it's just you see his genuine happiness. And somebody commented like, dude's got his priorities straight. He said the girlfriend thing last.
Oh yeah.
But I've been wanting, like, not forever, but like obviously like for a few minutes, like just see some of the things that your kids are talking about. Like when they talk about the dances, or when they talk about like the shields, or when they talk about building, or when they talk, like, just seeing those would allow her to understand a little bit better. Because there's even times when Jenna's like, well, there's this game that they were talking about. It's like, it involves like, I'm going to use a simple example, like building blocks and like fighting monsters and like mining for diamonds. And I'd be like, Jen, it's Minecraft. Like, she knows it because, there's this cute little story. She's been was babysitting a kid. His name's Levi. Shout out Levi. He hates me apparently because he wants to marry Jenna. But, as a gift, Jenna Levi gave Jenna a little Minecraft action figure.
Oh,
And it's like a keychain. Like you literally can put it on your keychain. So she has it and she goes, look like Levi got me. I was like, oh, it's a mushroom. And she goes, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah.
too funny.
I haven't played Minecraft since we tried playing Minecraft during the pandemic. So it's.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like actively keeping your significant other away from an activity is weird. Like if they want to try it, let them try it. If they don't like it, that's fine. Then that's your thing. But
I think the issue, I'm calling these guys out. I don't care. They don't have enough patience.
Yeah, right.
They don't have enough patience for all the questions that they're going to get. The patience for them not doing well. Yeah, sorry guys. Like clearly you do not. You're not. You do not have the patience of a saint. Like I'm glad your relationship is working out well, but I think it could work out 10 times better if you actually had the patience to go golfing. If your significant other wants to go golfing with you.
Absolutely.
So don't worry, Matt. I said it for you.
Thank you.
You can reach me at.
I appreciate it. Or just tweet right at us.
Yeah, just tweet at me. I don't care.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Catch these hands.
Because let me guess, I'm sure you guys don't share a Twitter account yourselves too.
Yeah.
I know so many couples that share a Facebook account. I'm like, I don't know which one I'm talking to or liking.
Yeah.
So
the world may never know.
Did you shoot well?
I played great.
Yeah.
Had some good shots. It was first time out. I knew it wasn't going to be pretty.
Yeah. Not as bad as Tiger did.
He tried. He made the cut. That's all that matters. He didn't finish, but he made the cut.
So, well, Matt, I'm glad that you enjoyed golfing with your girlfriend. Yes, I did see a photo of you too. I think I didn't like it. I think I went by it and
bastard.
Sorry, I'll do it right now. Where did you block me? No, I'm just kidding.
100% I did not.
Yeah. There you go. 56 likes now. Trent did.
I just went to close a Facebook notification on my phone. I just happened to pick up my phone.
Why are you on Facebook?
No, I just looked at my phone on my home screen. I went to clear the notification and Instagram just opened up. Like I hit clear and Instagram just popped right up. And now I'm just closing my phone.
Oh boy. Yeah, that concludes another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Big shout out to Phil. Phil was able to come home for Memorial Day, so nice. He's getting to spend a week with my family, so we'll be up to see him.
Shout out Phil
soon. So thank goodness for a safe travel and a safe travel back. You guys all know what to do. You can subscribe, like, follow. You can find all that stuff at solo.to/funnybusiness. Mr. Matthew.
Yep.
What is your advice for the good people of the funny business world?
Floss.
Like.
No, I meant like floss.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
That's quite enough movement. No, floss your teeth. I have a dentist appointment next week, and I have not been flossing, and kind of realized probably should be, because really flossing is a pain in the ass, yes, but it really, like, when you do it, my teeth at least feel better after it happens. Now I haven't been flossing for a lot, so I'm going to start. Obviously, when you have this dentist appointment in a week, what do? You start actually wanting to take really good care of your teeth for that week. So it makes it seem like, I brush my teeth every day. Right. I don't take great care of my teeth. Like, I don't floss when I should. So naturally, a week beforehand, I'm going to be like, oh, if I floss for a week, everything will be fine. Which it won't be. My gums are still going to bleed. But just floss, brush your teeth. Let's take care of those teethers.
Let's take care of those teeth. Time to brush and floss. Wow. Okay. Well,
I thought you were just going to go Chip Skylark. The easy one to go to. Shiny teeth.
Oh, man, what a shit show of a podcast, but we're still here. Well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.